love to know about your professional experience and background.
Yeah, so I was, I started in Florida International University as a freshman studying finance and international business. And then I started minoring in econ later on in my junior year, where I started getting heavily involved on campus with different clubs, which led to a few different internships, where recently I worked with Citigroup in their commercial banking division, working a lot with credit and some in the consumer retail and healthcare space. I was able to leverage that experience in my time at Citigroup to then ask for a kind of extension period with them, where I'll be interning this summer in their technology coverage team within investment banking. So, I've had experience. I've had about 4 internships. I'm going on my 5th, and this will be, it's just a mix of financial services.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction, John. So could you please tell us about your journey to land investment banking internship at Citi?
Yeah, it was a long one. I started off, my first internship was with Wall Street Research, and I was just kind of gaining a fundamental outlook on the market and understanding what finance really is and the different career paths within it. And then I moved to GFG Securities, which was a boutique investment bank specialized in real estate out in Miami, where that was kind of my first introduction to a day-to-day job, not necessarily what I'll be doing in New York, but definitely within investment banking. It gave me kind of a visual of what to expect from a bulge bracket, some of the day-to-day work. And then from there, I went to Citi Commercial Banking, where I kind of just used my time there, seeing that I was already a Citi intern, and kind of my desire to break into investment banking. I started working my network. But something that I really wanted to focus on was my experience in commercial banking so that I could talk on it in the interview and kind of just gain some tools that I think I could use within investment banking, since there are some transferable skills there. And what I essentially did was I spoke to a very large person within Citi who was able to help me get an interview. And then I just started networking with a team that kind of opened some doors for me, and essentially just got the offer after the Super Day.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So what do you anticipate on doing in your upcoming IB internship?
So I'm going to be working in the tech coverage team, which is not like some other firms categorize their TMT groups, tech, media, and telecommunications. At Citi, they structure it with technology as one group and media and telecom as another group. So I'm working with tech companies, and our team is split between the West Coast and East Coast, where West Coast focuses a lot on hardware and a lot of the space of software, and the East Coast focuses on infotech, software from an internet side, and some other components within tech. And then on a day-to-day, the main job of an intern is really just supporting the analyst with whatever work he needs, from any type of Excel work to any type of PowerPoint deck creation, to just simple, just reviewing documents that he's already put together. Something called ticking and tying is basically you're just going through an Excel model. It's very much a grunt work, grunt type job, where you're basically just going through every cell, making sure that it's, ticking and tying to the correct cell, and it's the Excel model's flowing. So as an intern, I expect to just be supporting the analysts, but then doing some technical and some technical work and on the side as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. So how has your previous experience in finance helped prepare you for your upcoming internship?
I think like investment banking, when you break it down into the two fundamental arms of advisory and capital raising, whereas you can think of capital raising as still advisory, but advisory in the sense of knowing how to buy a company, whether it's through what type of M&A transaction or a leverage buyout, and you think of capital raising as debt or equity capital raising. I think my previous experience within credit, or I should say commercial banking, has allowed me to expand my knowledge on credit. So taking that experience to the fullest and really focusing on that has allowed me to really understand the different types of credit facilities, how they're structured, how a company attains them, the full operational aspect of it, the mechanics behind actually going to a bank as a multi-billion-dollar company, and attaining debt, and then using that for different strategic initiatives. Whereas now I'm going to investment banking, taking that knowledge and seeing, not necessarily doing acquisition financing and kind of analyzing that, more so just analyzing a potential deal where with company buying company or company attaining certain types of debt. I think that's just one example of a recent internship helping me with an upcoming one. That's a very obvious one, but if you want something that I think would be beneficial mentioning is that I worked at a restaurant. A lot of people will focus a lot on their finance internships and really undermine the potential skills that you can grab anywhere. And I worked at a restaurant, which is a very fast-paced environment, thinking quick on the go, where I'm learning how to talk to people and moving quickly. And then I'm going to be taking those skills with me to work in a fast-paced environment of investment banking. So I think it's really important when I'm going into my internship to take all my experiences, both financial services related and non-financial services related.
Wow, John, that was really inspiring, I must say.